Hello and welcome to VGCheck. I'm Barry and we are back for another day of Gwent. So having caught back up with my missed days, all I'm going to be doing is playing through first level of the ladder. Hopefully 3 matches, but as we get further up the leaderboard, let's just have a look. 1, 2, 3. Games will of course get harder. Now in other news, Life Coach just taken the #1 slot on the pro ladder. I'd like to attribute his positions to when I gave him that easy win against me previously. But it'd be interesting to see if he goes back into streaming a bit more for normal ladder, or if he's going to try and grind out more at the top and get a further lead at the top. Well, let's get into it. Stick with the Skellige deck here. Although interestingly, Life Coach's Monsters deck is the strongest one at 1421, which is quite interesting. I wonder what he's playing, or if he was just early doors on that one. It's a shame you can't see when they played their last match and stuff, like you can't get any additional information. Because if it's the Consume deck that's pretty strong, that everybody has answers to now, then that makes sense. If it's anything else, then he's got some new spicy tech that would be interesting to know about. Because I'd kind of like to go back to playing monsters, if I'm honest. Although I'm not hating Skellige here. I'm terrible with spies, as it turns out, and I've just never really played any Scoia'tael significantly. We'll have a look at my stats.
If it's peace you desire, prepare for war.
Sit at my table and let's drink!
I maybe recognise him. So let's see what we've got here. So Olgierd can go, and everything else is probably quite decent. It doesn't look like I'm going to have a particularly long rim one here. Certainly with no reses either. Just go for it. On the plus side, I have nothing too big in hand, so any real shenanigans
Or me!
value. So let's do you and you and you.
Praise be the bravest.
So yeah, always worth having a look at what your opponent discards. You got to know if there's Wolfsbane in there or what variant he's playing.
If it's peace you desire,
Straight in, probably some
prepare
foot
for
soldiers
war.
and some golems. So that'll out-tempo me quite significantly. Oh, he's going pure... I thought he was going for all. Ah, so that's why sequencing matters out of thingy decks. Because you pull your golems first before you reveal your own ones. Gotcha. It's not that you don't pull another foot soldier.
Lugos will be bursting with
You
pride!
don't pull your golems. Gotcha.
It's boring just standing here.
All making more sense now. Because previously I thought when you pulled the foot soldiers you chose them last for different reasons, or you chose them first, as it turns out it's last, and I had it completely wrong.
I knew you would ask for this.
Scheiß!
Nothing for him to grab out of there anyway. So a lacerate here is a pretty strong play, but let's just make it a little bit stronger. If I were him, I'd consider passing. That lacerate represents a lot of value. But what I might do is choose the herbalist. In order to get even more thinning. through my deck.
There's been a mistake. I'm no mage.
Please keep on going. Nothing worth, nothing really worth talking about there. So I am going to
Well, what is it?
keep things moving here. Discard vote. Shim. So now we can still pass. Lose a round of
My
card
prescription,
advantage.
a bit of bloodletting.
Yeah, but that's okay, really. Because I can muzzle that back. I don't think there's any high value targets in there that's worth having. If I muzzle that, they're both in my bin for later. So again, both the Herbalist and or Lacerate are representing, what, 24 points? No, that's lies. 18 points. Anytime I want them. But unfortunately, I still have to be a card down to get that. I think this isn't the worst pass for him. He's got to overcome a lot of points to
Up
get
to it, knaves!
decent value. Only one armor smith, I'm afraid. So let's keep thinning.
Oh, Freya, thy very
This
name
should
is
be enough to
mercy.
get him out of the round. And again, the reason I used the what's her face there, herbivore, just to thin the deck, keep pulling, you know, more key cards out. I'm going to have some carry over here. His finisher is potentially something like T-War or something.
The moment. I need to smoke.
What I'd like to see here is Cantarella. Do I keep Lacerate? Do I set it free? I think we set Lacerate free. Oh, win some, lose some, right? So I don't think I'm necessarily in a position to push for 2 now here. But I could get the last say going into the round. Or just pass. Not ideal. But I've nothing else that's going to thin my deck with the advent of pulling that Raider. Otherwise I could have raised. In fact, I maybe should have raised. I've got one in hand at any rate.
If anyone asks, you've not seen me.
Yeah, if I did a raise, I could have had some pretty decent card advantage, really. Had I kept the Lacerate, of course.
The moment. I need to smoke.
I'm ready.
So Fiddle Rick's probably okay. Sick.
I'm impressed.
Oh, what a time to do it. I've got the Scorch sitting there anyway, right? So... okay, this is fine. Start thinking about what I want to bring back. I'm a little bit tempted. I just straight up Rick.
The gods won't be pleased.
That worked out.
That's it!
There we go.
Good!
So now I need to get 5 points of damage onto Cynthia there somehow. I've got a couple of boats that will help me do it. Alternatively, I can corral her into a 2-pointer, depending on what else we get out here. So I've got boats.
I don't work for free.
Gonna reveal. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, now that looks fine as it happens, I suppose. I've no way of getting that 4th res anymore, do I? That's annoying. I'll tell you what, let's get this out of hand, just do a boat. 2. And if he puts anything else in the front row, which I hope he does. Can get a pretty strong coral off it.
Gloire and Katza!
We serve her who is virgin, mother, and crone.
Now I need to figure out a way to get both of them down 1 more point. Unfortunately, don't run archers. And of course, I do have armor smith, so can't rel it is still 11 points for me. But I'm almost certainly taking a 24-point scorch. There's no point waiting. Although I might get a 25-point T-bore, right? What's he got that buffs soldier units? Oh, I've also got a boat to distribute things again.
Alba!
24. 25. I can only transform a bronze or silver. Well, 25's technically better than 24, I suppose, so... But why would he play it now? No, I'm just going to premise.
Gods, not a moment's peace.
Curling roar. Just like that here. Yeah, let's split things up. Getting a couple of unanswered says at the end. Though you can't Arella, of course.
I shall be your eyes, my lord.
It's fine. Nothing else worth really doing. Can he do some damage? Let's assume
We
not.
serve her who is virgin, mother, and crone.
Actually, I needed to discard the last Freya. I think this is what I was. The only reason I think he played T-board that early is if he's got something even bigger than it. Including, oh, you might want to Fringilla something. But again, with me having the last say, it's not a... You wouldn't want to Fringilla something though, would he? Wouldn't have thought so.
Yeah, improvise.
Cheeky 35. Thought as much. But again, why is he playing that now? Let's armor smith here.
Greetings. Want to look over our stock?
You and you. Wonder if that will be a surprise for him. What's he trying to do? He must have a fringilla.
Ennard Fane!
Yeah, that's okay. What else have I got? Just nothing worth resin, right? So I might just coral that 10 points. Or what else can I do?
The goddess protect you from all evil!
You're worth 9.
Lugos would be bursting with pride.
No real point putting you in the bin. You might have a Vicavaro for it.
Wield my magic
So
as if
Fringilla,
it were your own.
then you've got a he's got a decoy.
That might even be amusing.
So we can't do that. Now you could decoy Uroric. So then if we scorch, that's enough. And decoying Uroric probably wouldn't have got on what he did, right? Right, first 2 rounds then. Oh, so close to 17. Officer. Alright, let's keep going. GG. Yeah, I mean, had he just let me scorch those 2 12s instead of playing Tibor, that could have been a different game, really. Actually, would it have been? Yes, it probably would have been, because he would have got bigger. He would have had a couple of bigger fringillas. Or can that guy only eat bronze or silver units? Because if you could eat Tibor,
You've got the heart of an uncrate.
Mead! More mead!
right, so blacklist you. I've got a great hand here. You put lacerate back in. That's an okay round 1 hand. I'll get a decent amount of thinning done, I think. Depending how long the round goes. Should hopefully mean that my last 3 cards are much better.
Mead! More mead!
To be seen.
Praise be the bravest.
So veterans. I don't have a particularly good answer to any of this. Just have to see what happens.
Laughaton!
Spicy.
I'll take that treasure till you call it off with it. Pass, you gotta pay. Can't let you through elseways. I'll take that treasure till you're coloured off with it.
Means Ceres is coming out next round. Unless I bring her out this round, which is also a possibility.
For Skellige's glory!
There's a soldier.
On crate!
Spicy boy, eh? But that's okay, I guess.
That is your brilliant move? Truly?
So now I've got Ceres on a stick. There. And I can do it again if needs be. Cheeky rally for another goal.
The mother goddess, she giveth and taketh away.
Alright, we'll do it your way. Balls. I'll do them better in the long run, of course.
Haven't got all day.
Modern Freya will protect us.
Pretty good deck thinning.
Greetings. Want to look over our stock?
Oh, a couple of heals, eh? Very nice.
May Modern Freya watch us and keep us.
That is your brilliant move? Truly?
I'm ready.
How many turns you got?
Modern Freyr is patient, but she brooks no insult.
And then that guy's going to heal up. So, the question becomes... is there any value... let's think. Ogier's 1, 2, 3... so there's nothing, so it's 6 on this row, 8 on this row. I'd like to know what this guy's healing up to, probably 16, so he's getting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so I don't think I can do anything about it. I'll have to do it. Yeah, and that guy heals up to 16, so even if I did 6, I could have done one more card, but I was never winning that round. So get out. The getting out is good.
I'm in no mood for jests. At the moment, I need to smoke.
So these are both good. I think I can put Lacerate back here. Cheeky Scorch, perfect. So I've got anti his finishers at least. I'd love a straight pass. Does that give me one more for Ceres of Olgierd? 2 of command. Necromancy. Let's see. All of his finishers are his necromancy strengthen. Vanish boost. Cheerio. He's probably pretty happy with that. Not knowing I also still have coral. Yeah, that's fine. Shame I can't rise from his graveyard because they're all pretty strong.
I'm in no mood for jests.
Counter down for 2.
The moment I need to smoke.
Can I do better than the armor smith? I think the answer is yes. Oh, Udalric. Maybe, maybe not. This will give me more targets anyway, right? So.
You only live once!
Madman. Tricky, tricky, tricky. What the boat does.
Bow before modern Freya.
Just move him to his one. So strengthen to the left, damage to the right.
The goddess protect you from all evil.
You're coming with me, dead or alive.
Yeah, I'm willing to let that one tick down a few turns, I think.
Well, what is it?
All right.
Show me what you got. Maybe the harpooners. It's okay, I guess. So let's negate.
Modern Freya is patient, but she
Oh,
brooks
nice.
no insult. Need a good slapping.
You down. So now it evens out a bit. Imagine he's got one of those little dudes left. Play that dude. Play the great sword.
Been waiting a long time for
Wait,
this.
what? Seems reasonable, I guess. It's a great question.
That might even be amusing.
16. Swing there. See what his last guy is.
I suppose, in the end.
Only cost me a point. What's worth taking? Guess you for 6, but it's not enough. God damn it! I thought he'd have another greatsword or at least something that was worth stealing. Oh, if I hadn't. Blue Ghost. GG. Oh, well, that's made things slower, right? Another 2 games minimum. So another half hour or so. Yeah, I don't know. If I'd seen what was in his hand, obviously I could have won that easily. Whereas I think he would have struggled. But not being able to see what was in his hand, much more of a problem. Well, yeah, that's how the game works, right? But yeah, if I'd known what he had, I could very easily have taken that one. I just assumed they had another greatsword to put on the other side of.
The gate must be secure.
Sit at my table and let's
Right, let's see what I
drink.
can't do. You're all fine so far. You have to go. Got both lacerates, so you have to go. Weird. Go. Okay. Nothing ideal, but can stop 2 neckers.
Of course, friend.
You.
Praise be the bravest.
First necker we coral. Second we muzzle.
I suppose, in the end.
And all the rest of these cards are sort of shitty tempo. Now, does he have his own muzzle to take it back? If not, we grimaced it. Show me what you got. Healing's it. Yeah, this is fine, I think. I'm just going to
That is your brilliant move.
get rid of him.
Truly.
Sure, I'm missing out on a point by doing this. It's absolutely fine. So he's only got 1 necker left in the deck. So I'll save a lacerate's not going to be enough though, is it? Take him Mara. That's cool, dog. That's cool. My carryover is decent. Almost. So I need to put some more.
He is here.
Cute. He might pass. I'll work hard down to reduce his carryover a little. Oh, spicy boy. Wonder how deep he's willing to play. Don't put anything in the middle row though. Things are getting ridiculous. Can I do 7 to that guy is the question.
Modron Freyr is patient, but she brooks no insult.
It's boring just standing here.
Passes, I need to decide whether denying him his carryover is worth it or not. And I feel like the answer is yes. My carryover is better than his carryover. I've got 12 to his 6. 12 to his 4 in fact. 5. Well, I knew it was
A
something
moment.
like
I need to smoke.
Just careful there.
that. And I've got my lock as well. Fantastic. New. Yeah, this is cool. Now, I have to of course be careful what I do. Alright, let's
Greetings. Want to look over our stock?
So 6 strength necker. I'm almost willing to let that go. Tough one, tough one. How do I get that? I mean, I can lock it. He has to win this round anyway, right?
Bow before Modron Freya.
Cool, then let's just
I'll take that treasure till you're coloured off with it.
I think I've got to go for the 2 now.
Boring just standing here.
So then he's going to smash that away. And does he have slizzard targets? He does not.
Hey, me!
So we lock him. Take him out. Yeah, this is fine if you were getting another go at it. Since you're not.
May Modron Freya watch us and keep us.
Gods, not a moment's peace.
Of course, you could always unseen elder it The slizzard.
Naivety is a fool's blessing.
I don't think it's enough. Ah well. Sad times. The trick here of course is still just to win. So if we... this guy onto the back row. So these neckers are only 3 as things stand, right? I get another 10 points for that back row. Unless he eats them all or something. .20 goal. Which is good. So... alright, show me what you got. Because even if he eats a necker, he's only getting 1 more. Strength 7. Slizzard's the necker warrior. And what does he get? He gets 12 points here. He gets 13 points here for a time.
Must be secure.
That does nothing. Oh yeah, okay. Son of a bitch. Yeah, that's right, eat other things first. What a fucker. I mean, how do you beat that? Because you can't wait too long to muzzle them. Could have saved most of it for round 2, maybe? Yeah, they just let them have whatever. And then muzzle, coddle, lock. So you only start the game with 4 neckers, so 3 in the deck plus a shadow. Killing them is no good because they just slizzard them back. I don't know. Feels like bullshit. Well, I mean, that said, I was only like 3 points away from winning, I suppose. So got 10 of that lacerate.
I've had men killed for
Would've been
less.
better not having a friend, I guess.
Of course, friend.
So this isn't the worst starting hand I've ever seen. Yeah, this is fine. Can't really risk starting mulliganing. Get some bad stuff. So what I don't want to do, of course, is have both Coral and All Geared down at the same time. Because that gives Radovid two very juicy targets. So I need to win round 1 with no resis. Or 2 resis.
Mead! More mead!
Okay, I can play around this.
Boring just standing here.
Long live the king!
That doesn't seem like the best play I've ever made.
You only live once!
Music Griefer. It's 12 points, I can just Scorch. Not the best use of it, of course. What was that? Wait. Interesting.
War at last! War, my beloved!
Praise be the bravest.
So 2 more resis, which I can.
I'm not
do.
afraid.
Britannia!
Doesn't matter if I have that guy or not, though, right? So this is fine. So boost self by what? Boost self by 5 until level. Seems enough for a tie. Whatever. Probably should have just muzzled the 9 guy. This is fine.
Peace is priceless.
For Radovid!
So muzzling Stennis isn't the worst shout ever. Can't get ahead otherwise, can I? And it denies him.
For the king!
Spicy. So if I did just get him out. Then I'm back to being able to overcome in one.
For the king!
Do much about that. So let's look
Well,
here.
what is it?
Let's throw the boat down. Let's just do it to the 7 points might have been better. Because then I could raise the other guy.
See me smiling? I'm dead serious.
Big. Okay, not getting max value out of that.
For Radovid!
Bow before modern Freya.
Calm yourselves.
I'll gladly help, if I live to see it.
Modern Freya will protect us.
Yes.
Do not test my patience.
Pretty determined to win this.
May modern Freya watch us and keep us.
I'm itching for that battle.
Just put paid to that notion. Probably worth it.
I'm ready.
He's going to get 2. So I've only got 6 points in hand. We do have some carryover. So it must be Shani's his last card. So let's try and bleed him out of that.
A moment. I need to smoke.
There's 1 raise. Raise is good. Harpooners are decent. So I've got 2 in there.
We serve her who is virgin, mother and crone.
War at last! Ha ha! War, my beloved!
Down to 2 raises. 1 res. So she should come back unless he can deal with Oviard.
Oh, I'm a medic. I tend to know what I'm doing when I prescribe something.
Anything there worth a win?
Long live it.
Some value. Yeah,
Not
let's see
you
what it does.
again!
He's going to put someone else in the front row.
Long live, etc., etc.
Mildly problematic. It's +3. I'll just pass there. There's almost no way you can win this last round. That's it. Done. Job's a good in under an hour. Which is kind of what I like. You know, it's coming up for 10 o'clock. Went out for cheeky Nando's. Had whatever their new pita bread thing is with their new sauce. It's quite nice. If you like Nando's. Like everything Nando's is the same. What do you want? Chicken in a wrap, chicken in a pita bread, chicken in a... what's it really? Chips, peri sauce and everything. Plus 35. So actually, didn't do so well there. Those 2 losses definitely hammered me. That's something to think about. I need to have a look up how to play against Consume, really. Because unless you can shut down all 3 or 4 that first round, if you're up against somebody who knows what they're doing, they know they can get that advantage back in the second round. So if they play a long first round, or even if they don't, yeah, just thinking. So I didn't move up a rank, which is a bit unfortunate. Come back tomorrow and should get there. There was some glitch earlier where you're getting free kegs in the shop. I was not online to take advantage of it, unfortunately. I say take advantage, it's not like I've not bought a truckload. And I'm about 221 hours now, 222 hours into Gwent.
20 cards. Lots. All kinds.
But I don't need any more. Shall we make something premium just before we go? Round it out to a nice hour long. So let's go to cards, collection. What's a nice premium? What am I using in my deck? So let's go Skellige. Surprised I don't have one of them yet, but I'll get one at one point. Can premiumize a leader. But that's using up my scrap. Let's just see what we've got left over. Boats, I'm not using boats. Why have I no premium ones of these? Don't use scrap though. What have I got extra off? These guys, crafting. Let's make a premium one. Sick. Spend that meteorite powder. Oh, harpooners. They might be good ones to make premium. I don't want to make them all premium. Like I said, I want to wait until kind of these kegs are done and I've got everything. Oh wait, what? I've got so many of you, Meld. I maybe got one for free. Maybe I just missed it. Premium Ceres might be nice as well. But yeah, I want to wait until I'm done with these kegs, then I'll make as much premium as I can. And then hopefully there's like a second set of kegs for newer cards, because otherwise it just gets a bit crappy trying to find the cards that you need, you know. You're just opening stuff to mill it, to buy it, and it's not as much fun. Because let's face it, most of the addictive part comes from opening something and being like, whoa, cool. And the only way to get these guys really is to craft them. So 800 plus 400, is that the best deal? Who knows? Right, but that's done. So until next time, this is VGCheck logging off.